You realize your heart is a big deal. Physically, if your heart's not working, you're going to die. Spiritually, if your heart's not where it needs to be, you can die spiritually. Out of the heart, God said, flow the very issues of life. Guard your heart. Well, I want to encourage you to think about the fact that God is looking at your heart. Man looks at the outward appearance, but God looks at the heart. But not only does He look at it, He examines it. In Jeremiah chapter 17, it says that God examines and tests the heart. What does God see when He looks at your heart? I can tell you what He's looking for, what He would love to see when He looks at your heart. He wants to see a pure heart. The pure in heart are the ones that get to see God. He wants you to have a good heart. Out of the heart, the good comes out, good fruit, or if the heart is bad, bad fruit. What's coming out of your heart? Is it good? A joyful heart. It's like medicine. It makes everything better. It makes life a continual feast, it says in Proverbs. Do you have a beautiful heart? One where it says in 1 Peter that a woman with a beautiful heart, it's okay to have jewelry or whatever, but that's not essential because the beauty of her heart makes her beautiful. My wife is one of those people. Do you have a teachable heart? Are you always learning and growing what God has for you? What did God teach you this week? Do you have a trusting heart? Do you believe in your heart that God will do what God says He will do? Do you have an obedient heart? Are you willing to obey? When God says something, are you willing to do it even if it's uncomfortable? Do you have a wise heart? Are you tuning your heart towards wisdom? Are you learning to look at life from God's point of view and make decisions accordingly? That's wisdom. Do you have a courageous heart? Are you willing to reach out, to be brave, to take a risk for God? Do you have a sincere heart, a pure heart, to please God? Do you have a peace-filled heart? Is the peace of God ruling your heart? If you're hearing this and you go, no, that's not what my heart is, well, maybe you need a new heart. We're told that our heart is deceitful and desperately wicked. But we're told in Ezekiel that we can have a new heart. God can reach in and give us a new heart, a soft heart. Do you need a new heart? You say, well, how do I get a new heart? Well, you've got to believe in your heart that Jesus died for you on the cross and rose again from the dead. Then you'll be saved. But once you're saved, you've got to keep believing in God, and you've got to love God with all your heart. You've got to seek God with all your heart, and you've got to trust the Lord with all of your heart. What's your heart like today? When God looks, what's He see when He sees your heart? I'm encouraging you today to make a new commitment to love God with all your heart, to seek God with all your heart, to trust God, no matter what you're going through, with all your heart. Will you do that today? Maybe you want to tell me there in the comments, I am going all out, all of my heart for God.